morning. How's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, I've had a morning. I've been hit with emotions, and logically, I know why I started feeling really emotional and like having all these thoughts and feelings. Like, I'm very self-aware, and I know that like I haven't been feeling very well, and that's been like a big factor to it because I haven't really been doing as much as I would like, but equally I haven't stopped not doing things. So like I basically just kept going and maybe run myself down and made myself feel worse. But I'm very good at like empathizing with myself and being like, no, you're ill, like chill, just rest. But then I feel like, but there's so much to do. Why am I resting? I don't want to be ill. It's sunny outside. Like I don't want to just be lounging around on the sofa. But then I'm really good at being like, no, like just chill. Like it's fine. Like you need to get better. Like I'm very self-aware. I'm also coming off my period, so hormones are just all over the shop. I've also just gone through like a really big life change. I've quit my job. I've gone on this holiday. I've come home, and now I'm like in limbo. I'm waiting to like embark on this big thing, and I'm just sat overthinking it, festering in these thoughts and feelings, and like I'm a really logical person, and I'm very self-aware, but I do still like overthink and like get overwhelmed. And basically I think that's what's been happening. Like last night and this morning, I've just been like, yeah, overwhelmed, and I think it's kind of like stemmed from nothing. Like I was basically, because I was just like allowing myself to chill and rest, I was sat and I was like ordering things that I needed to order, so I was still being productive, and like I was still doing quite a lot considering I felt really not great. Like I was still like clean the flat, put washers on, like I was still being productive. I was still like doing things, but I felt almost like housebound and trapped in the flat, which is so silly because I wasn't. Like I've left the flat multiple times each day. I don't know, I was just getting in my head. I think it's this limbo period is really getting me. I think I should have maybe not have left as much time in between Spain and traveling, but it's fine because there's still quite a lot I need to sort out, and I didn't want it to be rushed. But anyway, so last night, I was ordering things that I needed. Like I still haven't got a backpack, so I was looking at ordering one of those. I needed to get like a good pair of trainers. I needed to get some sandals, and basically I think it was the sandals that triggered me, I can't lie to you. And like then I started looking into hostels, and basically I just started looking into this trip and things I needed for it, preparing, right? And it kind of hit me in the face like, I'm going to backpack, and that's fine, that's good, I've done it before, great, good times, love that. Like I love the experience of like meeting new people, seeing different things, and like blah blah blah. But essentially the issue is coming from, I have two versions of myself in my mind, right? I have two versions of myself, and last night I kind of felt the need to pick one, which is really silly. And I'll explain the versions of myself because I'm probably not making sense at this point. But so recently, I've really embarked on like my spiritual journey, like spiritual awakening, deep dive into like self and my connection to source and the universe and higher power, whatever you want to call it. Like really connecting with this spiritual being. And when I was doing all this spiritual work, meditating for hours a day, journaling, reflecting, like I was putting in the work, right? This person knows that nothing external matters, nothing materialistic matters. Like my connection to self is the only thing that matters. Like I can get through everything as long as I have that, nothing else can touch me. And that doesn't mean like things won't cause me to feel emotion, or like there'll be an adjusting period. Like if you took everything I owned away from me, I would be okay, but obviously there would be an adjusting period where I need to adapt to the new circumstances. And in my head, this person backpacks, right? This person doesn't need anything. She can just, she has minimal, because nothing materialistic, nothing external matters. So she's happy. She's very, like living off the earth, and like she knows that to the core, like, like nothing really matters. I can't really think of another way to explain it to you. Like, just connecting with yourself, the universe, oneness. As long as you have that connection, everything's fine, everything will work out. You don't need anything else, right? So this is this person, the spiritual gal, okay? And I was really, really, really this person. And I was living in, almost like I wasn't living in reality. I was living in my mind for the longest time, like months. In the lead up to me quitting my job, I was not really physically in reality, if that makes sense. It might not, but I was just in such a, like, I was visualizing everything. Like, I was kind of present, but also I was just thinking, like, when my inheritance comes in, this is what I'm gonna do. This is the life I can create. And I was just manifesting, visualizing this life once this money comes in. It was like, this was like a caterpillar in a cocoon, preparing for the money to come in, to become a butterfly and step into this new life, because the money would allow me to do that. It would allow me to quit my job and start this next chapter, right? So then that brings me over here. So the butterfly, how I see myself in my mind, when I like think of myself in the future, like with my mind's eye, it's this person who's really put together, like well dressed, well presented. She's really respected. Like, she's got her shit together. She just looks presentable. Like, what I will say is, me in Spain, right? She travels, she does all the things. She lives a bigger life. She has so many amazing experiences, and she's out doing all the things and meeting the new people, and she's thriving externally, thriving internally, thriving externally, right? So I've got these two paths, and it's like almost like, maybe this is like my ego, maybe this is me being vain and superficial, but it's not like this person is like necessarily carrying like designer handbags and is just like spending money for the sake of spending money, but she's living big experiences because she has the money to do the things, basically. Like, she's traveling the world, she's staying in luxury places, she's living the high life, okay? This is when I think of myself in the future. It's well presented, doing amazing things, traveling, seeing the world. But this person is not backpacking in hostels. This person could be backpacking in hostels. But when I imagine myself traveling the world, it's not with a backpack on my back, staying in hostels, like in a 12-bed dorm. Like, I've done that, it's fine. I know I can do it, and I know I enjoyed it. But I think I've like passed that stage in my life maybe now. And now, like, when I imagine myself, it's staying in the bougie places. Like, if I could do anything in the world, right, it would be I'd get paid to travel. If I could do anything, it would be getting paid to travel the world and take photos, do content. Like, that's right now, that's what I want. And like, that's the start of what I want. Like, I want to like go on to like work with, like luxury travel, right? Promoting luxury travel, getting paid to promote luxury travel. Like, I want to create a coffee table book. I want to like put my stuff out there. I'm very creative, and she's really creative, and she's really good, and she's well connected, right? And I think because of this is how I want to be in my head, booking a backpacking trip feels a bit like, oh, and I was triggered by sandals, right? I was triggered because I was buying Birkenstocks. I don't like Birkenstocks. I don't like Birkenstocks. I don't like how they look. I think they're a bit too chunky for me. Like, they're not my vibe at all, right? If I could buy a shoe, it'd be a Hermes. Like it'd be the brown Hermes sandals. Like, I don't want to wear Birkenstocks. They don't look good on my feet. They look good on other people's feet. Other people pull them off. But that's what people wear when they travel, so I feel like I have to buy them because they're a sensible shoe for a traveller. But this person's not a traveller, this person wears nice stuff. And it's not like Hermes was like a bit of a bad, I just mean the look of them. Like this is what I wear, right? This is what I'm comfortable in, this is what I like, this is what I like to wear. Cool. Doesn't have to be branded. I was just giving you an example of like one that you would know. Let me start this again. So I was basically triggered by the sandal because I was buying Birkenstocks. I don't like Birkenstocks. I don't like them. I really don't like them. I don't like the way they look. They look good on other people. I don't like them for me. Okay, like they're a bit too chunky for me. Like they just don't. They're not my vibe. Okay, that's it. Like these are the kind of shoes I wear. The sandals I wear, right? But because I'm going backpacking, I feel like I have to buy the Birkenstocks because that's what backpackers wear. That's like the sensible traveling sandal. So I've ordered a pair of Birkenstocks, and it was just kind of hitting me. Like I was looking at these hostels and I was looking at these shoes, and I was like, I'm kind of forcing myself to go back to this person of like, but no, it's not even this person. Like this person doesn't care. The spiritual person knows that like how you look doesn't really matter. Like obviously, yeah, present yourself well, but like you don't have to be in the nicest clothes. Like it's just all so irrelevant. Like if you love yourself and you're confident and you have a good connection with source, like nothing else matters. What you wear is so superficial, it doesn't matter, right? I know this, I do know this, but equally I still want to look nice and put together, and I want to feel comfortable. And like if I'm wearing an ugly shoe that I don't like, am I feeling comfortable? No. And I'm struggling to like find the balance. And I think the issue was because I was trying to be like, right, okay, are you the spiritual girl, or are you the, I don't want to say materialistic person? Like, do you want to be internal or do you want to be external? But I don't, it's not a choice. It's so stupid that I was even thinking this. It's not a choice. It's like, sometimes I lean more into this person, sometimes I more lean into this person. I think I'm becoming more this person because I spent the time being this person. You know, like this person was dreaming, imagining, like manifesting, visualizing, being this person. And now it's slowly starting to come in. And I feel like maybe I feel a bit uncertain because I feel like I'm taking a step back to go backpacking. I feel like I was like Spain, the holiday that I just went on, I felt like this person. Like I was in pretty dresses and we were going for dinner on marinas and we were having oysters, and it was very much like, oh girl, like this, right? Everything was just working out for me. Everything was flowing. We were on a boat. Wow, this person. And then I feel like I'm almost stepping back to go backpacking. And I'm like, I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I don't need to decide. It's not like one or the other. Like I can be both people. They do merge. And I think I'm starting to get this stuff and things are starting to happen. Like even the collabs that I'm getting, like they came from nowhere. They literally came from nowhere because I was journaling and I was meditating on, I want to be paid to travel. I want to be paid to do content, right? Like, and after I kind of said that, I kind of just was journaling and I was like, right, who do I want to be? What do I want? I want to travel the world. I want to get paid to do it. Suddenly all these collabs start coming in and I'm thinking, is this the start of what I'm asking for? So I'm going with it. And I think, yeah, like spending the time working on my inner self is bringing the external reality things in. Does that make sense? Like I found peace within myself. I found happiness, love, unconditional love. I'm so content. I've done the inner work, and now it's time to live the external world. But it's tricky because like I want to look nice, I want to look put together, and like I want to have the finer things in life. But I know that none of it really matters. But because I know it doesn't matter, can I have it? Do you know what I mean? Like, because I know it doesn't matter, that doesn't mean I can't have it, right? It just means that I know that's not the external things aren't the source of my happiness. I found happiness, and so therefore I can have the external things. It's not like I'm reaching for the external things to bring me happiness. I already have the happiness. I have like I have abundance internally. So now external abundance is just coming to me. It's kind of how it feels, but yeah, I'm basically just struggling with the concept of who I am and what I want. But that's so silly because like I don't have to choose. Like I'm literally embarking on this experience to figure out. Like I'm not going to look for things, like I'm not looking for answers in this trip, but like I'm going to experience, I'm going to grow, I'm going to evolve, I'm going to like learn. Like when you travel, oh my god, like you learn so much about yourself and about the world and life. And yeah, I'm starting off backpacking, but like who knows where it will go and how it will end. And sorry, I think I know. I think I have this like knowing that yeah, it's starting as a backpacking trip with a backpack in hostels, but like I feel like it's gonna slowly just come over here. It's gonna grow, it's gonna evolve because I want this life. I want this like big, expansive, like amazing, like, and it's not like specific things. Like, yeah, I really want to travel. I really want to like look put together and like present well. And like, I want to have amazing experiences, and I want to do it with like-minded people. Like, I have loads of connections, and it's just like I can see a very clear vision of who I am in my head in the future. Like I can get that. And the reason I can see that is because like you only ever want things that have already happened to you in the future. Like the reason you want something is because it exists in a future reality. Like it may not be this lifetime, but the reason you want something, the reason you're drawn to it is because it's already happened in the future. Like I know that. So that is why I'm drawn to that life, because that's my life. Like that's why people don't want the same things. Like, have you ever thought like, oh, why don't we all want the same life? Because like you want what you have, if that makes sense. I'm not explaining it very well. Like you're being constantly guided to it. So, and like I know that if something's meant for me, it's never going to pass me by. Like everything's always working out for me. Everything works out in divine time and how, like, exactly how it's meant to. You don't need to stress. Like it's all going to work out, and I know that. So why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I even having this conversation with you? Because it's nothing to worry about. Like, yeah, I was feeling overwhelmed and I was a bit like, but like now I was suddenly putting pressure on myself to decide who I want to be. Like it's a choice. It's not a choice. Like I can be a spiritual person and have materialistic things, right? Like why is there this like, yeah, like almost like a stereotype around spiritual people having to be like living off the land barefoot in like the baggy gypsy trousers that hasn't showered for like 4 days? Like you know, like that, that doesn't have to be me. Like I can be this person and also be spiritual. I can be a spiritual person and also have external things. And like, it's really, really silly because I am a spiritual person and I have an abundance of external things. Look at the fucking flat I'm living in. Like, what? And again, like, I think these things come to me because of my connection with self, because of my spiritual connection and my spiritual awareness. Like, yeah, yeah. It just seems really silly that I just suddenly had to like question who I was and who I am and if I'm doing the right thing, and over some Birkenstocks. Like, if I want to travel and I want to wear a silly sandal that looks like this and it's not the most sensible thing, let me do it. Let me do it. Like, if I could do this trip with a suitcase instead of a backpack, I would. I would. I don't want to carry a backpack on my back around. Like, I'm 5'3". Like, yeah, I'm capable of doing it, but do I want to? No, I don't want to be fucking lugging a sweaty backpack on my back and walking around in the heat. That's not me as a person anymore. I can do it. I can do it, but would I rather drag a suitcase on the floor with wheels? Yes. But then am I speaking from, is this person just speaking from my ego? I don't think so. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And it's not like I'm obsessed with like how I look or how I appear or that kind of thing. Like, there is a lot more to this person than that, but I'm trying to give you like an overview of like how I envision myself. And it's funny because I'm speaking as if this person's in the future. Like, I'm trying to show up as this person now. Like, I am this person now. And I think my last trip to Spain is kind of that. And like, I think it's just because I see it just a little bit more. There's a little bit more. I feel like there's just like a tiny bit missing, but I'm almost this person already. Like, but I'm also this person. Yeah, I've fallen off meditating and manifesting and journaling at the moment, but I think it's because I was like, again, like cocooned like a caterpillar. I was like really, really, really working on this, and then suddenly like everything that I had been wanting and desiring literally came into my life. Like, I got the money, I started getting all the collabs, like I went to Spain and had the best time and like took the best photos, and I've started the YouTube, and I've like, it was like I was preparing, and now suddenly it's like, okay, go, like put everything you were like working on into action now. But like at the same time, I don't feel like I'm really actioning. I am just still going with it. Like, I'm not trying to force anything. Yeah, I think me personally, like I have this thing where I can only really focus on one thing at a time. And I think that's maybe why I'm seeing these as separate people, because I feel like even with, if I'm meditating for like hours a day, right? I'm in my meditating phase. If I'm going to the gym, if I'm in a gym phase, I'm going to the gym every day. I'm waking up at 5 o'clock, I'm going to the gym. I haven't been in a gym phase for a long time. But like, this is what I mean, like I have to go through phases. Like, I can be in an Instagram phase and I'd be posting every day religiously. I can be in a TikTok phase, and when I'm in a TikTok phase, I forget about Instagram. Instagram doesn't exist when I'm in my TikTok phase. Like, I'm quite like, I always have lots going on, but I always have like a top thing that gets 90% of my attention. And I think it was, my spiritual awakening was my life for months. Like, I could not think about anything else. Like, I was struggling to have conversations with normal people, because like I wasn't living in reality. So people would be like asking about my job and like things like that, and I'd be like, it's just so unimportant. Like, why are we having this conversation? Like, go away. Like, I don't want to talk about that. And it was really odd to like be in that phase. But I was so in that. I'm not in that phase anymore. I'm not. I'm like back into reality, and I'm like, okay, let's do this, like let's go, let's live now. Does this make any sense? I was basically just really overwhelmed. I'm feeling sad and sorry for myself and just like and I'm allowed to feel like that. Like, of course, like everyone's allowed to have emotions, and I validate that. And like now that I've spoken it out to you, yeah, I'm kind of over it. Like, it seems really silly now that I look at it. Like, why was I getting overwhelmed because I was buying Birkenstocks and I was like, this doesn't fit who I am as a person. Who am I as a person? Who do I want to be as a person? Like, which path should I take? Fucking which path should I take? Stupid. Just like rock up every day and go with it. Like, you don't need to figure it out. You don't need to like have all the answers now. Like, yeah, it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna start backpacking. I'm gonna start staying in hostels, and we're gonna see where it goes. I might hate it. I might come home. I might fuck that off and go and stay in luxury hotels for a shorter period of time. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. That's part of the journey. That's like the whole point. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure it out. It's fine. It doesn't need to be a set plan. Like, that's why it's so exciting. That's why it's so exciting. Anyway, I don't know if this made sense to you. It might not have made sense. Yeah, I have these two versions of myself, and I go through being more of one and more of the other, and I think I wanna present as this person, but I know this is who I am at my core. And I can do that. I can be this person inside and look like this person externally. Like, I have so much more to me. Like, I've got such a depth to me that, like, as much as I want to present as this person, like, there'd be so much more. And you don't see that externally. You don't see that externally at all. Like, yeah. This might have made absolutely no sense to you. I'm sorry. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you understand. Maybe you don't, but this helped me, so thank you anyway. Thank you for talking about feelings. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope this helped you because it helped me. So, yeah, thank you.